Welcome back to the Armenian Museum of America. I'm Gary Lind-Sinanian, the curator, and I'm here today to share another one of the artifacts with you. This is a collection related to George Bezidjian. George was a jeweler from Aleppo who came to Boston, very prominent jeweler, very generous, great guy. And he left a significant collection of materials to the museum, jewelry and other things. This is a frame. This was not made by George himself, the silver frame, but these are some of his relatives. His mother is in the back, the second row on the left. Ladies from Aleppo. George was also a collector. He collected various kinds of Armenian jewelry himself that other people made, old pieces, historic pieces that he wanted to use for inspiration for his own works. This is an example of a piece that he acquired somewhere, which is an Armenian woman's belt. And it's kind of, notice the clasp on the front of the belt is actually a cross in order to open the belt. And the name on the belt is, I don't understand. The name is Setrak and possibly Garbit. It's not really clear, but it's definitely Setrak. But usually on a belt like this will be the name of the ladies, the woman that are wearing it or that received the belt, not a male. So I don't know why it has a male name on the cross of the, maybe it's the maker or maybe the person who gave it, I don't know. But he would use these for inspiration. And so this idea of the cross for the clasp, this is a piece that George made. And notice the clasps in the front, these are little crosses inspired by the other piece. You open it up, and this is a picture of George and his wife right here, Elisa Bezidjian, and she was from Romania. And in the case, another piece he made. This is a signified, which is a hand cross used in the Armenian church, and this piece is solid gold. This was made by George to be given to Vasken, the Catholicos of the Armenians, Vasken I. This is a commemorative coin of Vasken right here. And actually Vasken's name is on the outside of the cover here. But the signified would be carried by the priest during the processions and used for blessings. And this piece is, well, I don't think it's heavy. It is quite substantial. And it has designs of grape designs here, and the eagles at the bottom. And with a piece like a signified, you would carry it with some sort of a cloth, usually with lace. This is a handkerchief with the lace on it, or alternatively, you might have used a full lace, like a doily, and again to carry it. And people would sometimes wonder about all these laces all these Armenian ladies made, and people have them in the homes, etc. Do they put them all on tables? No, they were very functional. They had a lot of purposes outside of just decoration. In fact, the idea of just decoration came very late to the Armenians, into the Middle East. It happened in the 16th century in the Renaissance in Europe, where it became art for its own sake. We just hang a nice, pretty picture on a wall, but it really didn't have any kind of function. But all the Armenian art was very functional. Everything had another purpose, as this cross would have, and as the lace would have here. So this is a magnificent piece, and he had made it for Vasken because, as I mentioned, his wife was from Romania, and her teacher in school was Vasken when he was the bishop before he became the Catholicos. He was the bishop of Romania and Bulgaria, and he used to teach in the Armenian schools. And he was her teacher. So as a thank you to Vasken, George made this cross specifically for Vasken. But unfortunately, Vasken died before George had a chance to go to Armenia with his wife to give it to him. And after Vasken died, George thought about it and said, I'm going to give it to the museum instead. And so he gave us this magnificent piece. And notice the emerald. There was a hierarchy among jewelry in the Armenian church. Each rising rank has a different stone associated with it. In the highest rank, the Catholicos, is an emerald. And so if you want something that's made for Catholicos, it has to have the emerald in it as the precious stone. And so this is and hence the whole color of this piece here. And like I said, George made this box as well to hold this piece. I mean, George was a very fine craftsman. When he was younger, he would do a lot of very fine detail work, such as niello work. This is niello here, which is the blackened part on the silver. But as he got older, he lost a lot of his fine hand skills because of the toxic materials that you're working with. Jewelers often have this problem because they're working with toxic materials as they're bent over working on their jewelry, and they're breathing it in, and it affects them. But George was very generous, and we're very thankful for this and many other pieces that he gave to the museum. The Armenian Museum is here to share our story, our history, our culture with you, the public. We thank you for joining us. We hope you become a member. Just look on our website for the details. And the museum is open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 12 to 6. Please come and join us at this museum. Thank you.